I am not a financial advisor. These videos are all meant for educational purposes only. All Complete Trader Academy videos are my personal opinion and perspective. Trading carries a high level of risk, and all results are your own responsibility. Please always demo first. Hey everybody, welcome back to CT Review. Today is May 29, Thursday, 2025. Hope you had a good day today. So yesterday, obviously, NVIDIA's craziness pushed it all the way up. We talked about live while it was kind of going on, though, to push up and then sell off. Now, where it was going to stop, we don't know, but obviously they decided to do it all in one shot. So they came above the 75%, almost sealed the weekly gap, and then at that time, I told you guys to get that February 24th daily imbalance out as a target, and we finally hit it. So take a look here. It's laying on top of it right here, as you can see. That's that day right there, February 24th, right? See that? So I got it out here. We pushed up. We kept buying up straight through the 50 to the 75. Like 3 drives pretty much in a sense, and then doesn't seal it completely, falls short. Then midnight level and 50%. I know I should probably change this color just so you can kind of, I don't know, maybe see it a little bit darker. Sure. And then you'll see 50% selling off right there at 6 a.m. Boom, pushing all the way down if you got to watch yesterday's video, I was telling you guys that this was very dirty, very unfair, very suspect to see if they want to come back to it. The thing is that this is, if we keep it simple on an hourly chart, from here to here, right, that's a range. Because you see we're getting the higher highs and higher lows in this leg. Sure enough, then it's pulling back. So obviously Thursday as a reversal profile is also in the picture, and then the open kind of explained it all as far as the day's gap. You see that? We opened up, gapped, and then we just shot straight up. So right there, it's like, dude, constant buying. You got drive 1 right there, push up drive 2, and this is consolidation. So when you get these lower highs here inside underneath that high in a drive, it's just manipulation for you to sell. So they rip it up for the third drive. Pretty much almost got the same thing and on the downside. So the chart's gonna say it all. I mean, dude. Seriously, the chart's gonna like literally show you it all. So real quick, you'll see that's a break right there. So this push up and then break right there. See how we're underneath that 25% of the weekly imbalance. So there's a weekly imbalance and then there's the daily. Very simple. And then this is called the control of price. Slithering down, lower highs, 930. Well, before I leave, you didn't need to see it, I guess, but that's the 50%, and it's also laying on the midnight level. So underneath it, boom, right there underneath it, and then this is key right here. When you're here at 930, pre 930 as well, you got the 50, you have the 25. What's below? Again, the push out trader, the breakout trader from. Also look at the high of Wednesday. We blow right through it, dude. Like it's very clear. If you take this projection here, you got 1 and 1.5 right here. That's where 930 was laying, and then 2 to 2.5 here, and then 3.5 to 4. So plus that gap here. Very simple. I don't have too much shit on the chart, right? And then 3 standard deviations on the Asia range, from the Asia range, and then back to the 930. You see this high here and this high here. So they induce equal lows here is also telling on themselves, right? If they would have took them out and then went up, that would have been maybe a different story. But being equal like that, and then we pop above these two guys right here and sweep it at what 923. But what's the point here? What the bearish daily imbalance is sitting right on top. That's the low. So we're bumping it. Right, we're bumping underneath it. Look at the 15-minute. You can see that that's an up candle. That 730 controller price right there. 730 candle, 15-minute. You can see we're just still digging into it. So it's not like we break any higher. And then what do? Dude, these motherfuckers. Sometimes it's like, yo, if it's that easy, it's like, yo, so suspect. But hey, we just been seeing it for so long. But you get this a bearish imbalance at 925. We tag it at 930. Is already in it, and boom, just sells off immediately. If you don't know what direction is going, it's obviously coming down for this objective, like in general. Plus the opening range gap is showing you the play-by-play as far as like, okay, where's 50%? Oh, it's matching with the opening day gap for today. Very key. That opening day gap was key because obviously it's very visual and also suspect because of the way it bought from it. And then so on the right side, you see that when we blow through, this is momentum. You can be pushing sell anytime. If you're looking for this, you dip underneath that 50. So they didn't tag the 50 here. That's on purpose, trying to be incognito, right? And here you come underneath it. Now this becomes a control of price. It's 933. Pushes up into the first imbalance right there. Ooh, what's that? The 50. So you're underneath it. Algorithmically, you're tagging it. And then this is the top 25% of the opening range gap as well. And then you see it come underneath it right there, right? But in general, it's a sell by sell day. If you're looking for a dump and pump in general, that's fine too. But with a big suspect move like this, and then identifying the range, and then I also mentioned about the overbought here on the 4 hour, and we did that. So we were already with the order flow, and then to the 50 here is probable if you look at it. Where's the 1 hour? So also the 1 hour was there, and then boom, come all the way down. But the point is that, you know, sell by sell day is meaning that the price is going to stay as a bearish candle in general speaking. So we wicked up and we reached a breakout level target that was, dude, super. I mean, you know, they got in right here. They're leaving this, and then this is another conversation we can have, but and then they're shy of that gap, which I was surprised that they missed that too, but whatever. Point is that heavy and sell by sell day. So meaning, so it's push one, retrace back up. So up candle, resistance, push down, up candle, resistance, push down, coming back to that imbalance right there. It's already highlighted. Hitting the 50 here, coming underneath the opening, sweeping underneath, which is what? The liquidity. Look at these guys right here. Sorry, is this not visible? I wanted to leave the high right there, and plus this right here. What's it called? What was I saying? So as you see, 1 on 1.5, you can see we retrace a little bit, and then we come to the 2. We play around right there, which is what this is here, this area here. It's a sell model. Again, it's another sell model, just like what's it called? This was a sell model here. And then this whole thing right here was a sell model here. And then this is also a sell model. But the thing is, surprisingly, it didn't jump back up already, which is a little bit alarming. So let me not go all over the place. I want to finish. So we're coming down close right here, and to the bottom 25% bearish daily, bearish weekly imbalance. Push back up right here. So this is auction. You got guys here that are using what do you call it? Moving averages and shit like that. And this is coming. So we make another imbalance right here. We tag into it right there. That's the 50%. Bodies staying in the gap, also very algorithmic. And then what? Push lower. Boom, right to the bottom 25%. And then reaching to where? Now we have this, obviously the gray gap of the old week gap. That's the old week gap. All right, last week's gap. And I have it quadded there. And then you can see we bounce from here. We push up. And then we do a little leg here to seal perfectly, damn near, by off some ticks. And then we're inside this top quadrant here of that gray gap. Lower low. Coming back up here for a lower high. This was a beautiful buy. Caught this buy as well. Up to here, which is what? The fucking daily gap. Because why? Because from here it's buying, and from here, and someone's pushing sell when it comes below it. It's coming back up to get those motherfuckers, right? And then this is also a control of price. If you look on a 5-minute, let me go to a 5-minute, because I should be using the 5-minute for this. For these videos more often, but because I don't want to explain more on the 1 minute. But as you can see, this is 9:55 right here, and you have the macro kicking in here. I'm sorry, that was the 9:50. Sorry, And then so the 5 minutes in control here. Just like with this, we tapped into that imbalance right there, imbalance right here, but we're stuck in this candle. As you see, it's underneath, comes down, imbalance, stays inside. Once it breaks below this up candle, 50% is a level of 100% interest. You don't want to see it go lower. Oh, it's coupled with the fucking center of today's gap. So this, in this sense, it's move 1, retrace, move 2, retrace, move 3, final 3 drives there, clear on the 5 minute. When it retraced back up, got into that daily, and then sold off from that up candle, and then breaks below. I'm doing it, I'm staggering it like this just so it could kind of be a little more clear. And then what? And then so also the 10:15 to 10:30, generally speaking, you'll see a retrace back, because we're catching, if we're looking at the 4 hour, the 6 o'clock 4 hour candles already pushed down and closed. Now we have the 10 o'clock 4 hour candle, and it's going to be also an expansion, but you're going to get a push down and retrace and another push down, right? So pretty simple in that logic. And then, but the thing is now it's 11 o'clock here. Now they're going to continue for lunch, which is what they did exactly, for a lunch retracement or reversal. We don't know which one this is going to be, but either way, that means it goes back up, right? Because it came back down, swept for another low. I'll get into it. I'm not trying to bounce everywhere, but you can see that the bottom 25, we come underneath it here. We're tagging it there, straight shot, right? And then sweeps what? Obviously, all of that NVIDIA liquidity. And then and you're obviously in the 3.5 to 4. Look at the bodies on the 15 minute. The 15 minute is stopping on the bottom of the weekly bearish imbalance. Very clear, you can see that. Look at the 5 minute. The 5 minutes doing it also as well very nicely. Just all wick here, and then let me see if I can go back to the 1 minute real quick. So here you get like a shift of structure here. You get a raid, and then you get a push back above, right? Imbalance coupled with that inversion, and then it's boom, that leg's done. Gets to the leg, now it comes up, squeezes, takes that last guy out right there. But last candle, see the last candle, last up candle right there? See that? Then shoots down, comes underneath, plays there, and then sells off at 50%, literally. Right there, you'll see it in the 1150 macro, and then we push down. So I was gonna say something else. I felt like I was gonna say something else here as well. And then also now lower low, nice buy for what? Pushing up to what? Either go through, or you're gonna at least wipe out some liquidity, or breakout level, whatever you picked here. Oh, what did it come to? The 25% of the weekly imbalance. Dude, let the chart speak. It's literally telling you here. But look at the 15 minute. The 15 minute, the bodies are getting stuck there. See that? So that right there is also showing you that we're possibly another drive down. So again, move 1, move 2, up, move 3, move 4, retrace, move 5, move 6, move 7, move 8, because we didn't take out this low. So is this still 7 where it comes down, or is this move 8 where it now goes up? That's really the only thing I can even tell you right now. But anyways, notice if you take this one here all the way, you'll see that we ended up selling from there too. But just overkill. But logically, you can see these areas working well. So again, first imbalance here for the PM session, and then you could see that ends up getting used right here. See that? See that last candle here? You can see it fanning from below, underneath it, right? Comes underneath it, comes underneath it, fans, and then boom. Now we're coming back. Now you can see it getting into the quadrants of the gray gap. Right there, respecting the top. Coming to the 50, coming to the 25, stays there, comes back here, plays around, 50 here, 25, back to 50, back to the high, and we're just, and then we came right back to where the first imbalance of the PM session. So when we were also coming down here, I was also looking. Let me move it over real quick. You could see here if we're selling here, besides 25%, besides 50%, besides the daily gap, besides the bottom 25% bear weekly, these are all targets. Obviously, the lows here of breaking above that high, but also you have that first imbalance. So if I was to drag this out, and this is obviously from the AM session of yesterday, you'll see here that bodies are respecting, and then we come underneath it, and what a nice little tag underneath. This is showing you about continuing the flow. We also have the PM session one. I'm not going to bring that out. That's just too much overkill and not necessary, but it's also a target. So I hope that all makes sense for you. And then now we're just bouncing in between these levels here. So yeah, let me go back to real quick. Dollar with the crazy gap, and then pushing back down. That's why I'm surprised that we're not back up. But whatever. And then you also had you had the divergence already here with Dow. With lower highs in the London session time. So hopefully you saw that if you're a London trader, and wrote it down to very obvious levels of breakout level, reversion, whatever, easy liquidity like that. You see how they just, it's like a little bull flag. And anyways, I won't go into that too much here, but yeah, let's see. Is there something else I wanted to say? Just skip through that. So with what's going on. So yesterday, obviously, Nvidia news came out, but also Trump's the courts were saying something about pausing or denying his tariffs and this and that, which pushed the price up. Just a reason to get up and squeeze higher, to be honest with you. This was a pullback yesterday, and we pushed up, right? So we pushed up, we found ourselves already there, and this is a speaker here. See that? So just trying to confuse everybody here. Is it higher low? It's a higher low from technically from this high to this range. That could be the higher low, right? So that's you have to sometimes expand your analysis and not be so intraday. But it's the end of the month. It's going to be a choppy moment transitioning into the next month, and I was even mentioning that yesterday. So not that interested in the market right now. We're going to see what the first 2 weeks do. I think it's going to retrace back, but we did push back up. We squeezed, and now the reason why we talk about this being a lower high and it's a sell-off, when it reached that area, they're selling off because of the fact that they understand that they have all this buyers here of higher lows. So it's really, really close proximity. So that was Dow. And then similar with S&P, you can see that we have a higher high here. So that's a nice divergence as well for the sell-off. And then came right back in, wiping all those gains out. But for it to be so like bullish with Nvidia and all this and that, and the tariffs, we should have already kind of bounced up. So which I think we're kind of doing right now. But they're also dipping back into the previous imbalance. So I don't have it highlighted, but you can see that we wicked right in. So they're trying to reach both places of the top and the bottom side, which they did already. Again, overbought here with the hour, pretty clean, coming back to a 50% on the RSI there. And then what was I gonna say? See, also we have that. We also have that. I didn't draw it. I don't know why I didn't draw that. I should have though. Hold on a second. Let me just copy this. Don't feel like doing all that extra shit. Whoops. And then just gonna leave that there. All right, which we tagged in, and we're getting a little dirty here. Hold on. I don't need this necessarily. but very close to that, to this almost bouncing on this level right here of this old week. I'm sorry, old daily imbalance right there. The high of it. So we want to, if you're bullish, we're going to want to stay above this area, above this bullish imbalance that we're currently in, and especially the 50% of this bearish inversion here. So can I drag it out? I should have kind of, well, I'm about to start deleting some of these though, just so you know. But here, let me just clean the chart while you're here. I'm just gonna do this a little bit. Let's see here. And then here, this is good for me. I'll just push it over. All right. Just gonna do that. So they're not kind of all over the place. Top higher quadrant of the bullish imbalance here. So which is good for buying. But let's see. Yeah, this is getting nasty. I still want to leave. Give me a second. I've been away. I haven't even been thinking about this. I'm trying to do this live for you. Got to be done. But what was I gonna say? Expansion of the 1 hour candle. You see that? The 9 o'clock. So nice expansion. You're catching that. It does go into, and I didn't draw it out, but there's an imbalance right here. This 7 o'clock. So I'll draw it. It's just, I just didn't want to have it there, but that's what you want to see in a selling situation anyway. Come on, buddy. Right there. Hopefully that's clear. Just so you can see it right there. You see how we tapped in there? I know it's a lot of shit, but you can see it. So we're in that, we had the 1 hour imbalance here. And then the 9 o'clock dips into it, right? And that's the stage for just selling off, obviously. So expansion on the 9 o'clock candle, you get that on the 10 o'clock candle, pops back up, and then 11 o'clock continues. So beautiful, beautiful, beautiful understanding. And then yeah, this is looking crazy. I can't keep teaching like this for y'all, man, because I just don't want to. At this point, I don't necessarily need, I mean, I can delete the ones on the bottom for now, but I just don't want to delete it right now. But I will delete this soon. But in general speaking, I'm gonna want to see price stay above here, and then continue up, which is, it doesn't look likely. Looks like it's about to sink down in a way, right? So that's another conversation, depending on what they do with the real situation of it being like a lower high and squeezing out. We're tapping that last up candle on the weekly. You got the breakout levels right there. See this low right here? This February 12th. Take a look to the right here. Notice how we get in there. So the guys who are not selling here yet, even if they were like super adamant about selling and they did sell it, by the time it breaks this low, you maybe had a guy selling. And that's why they're coming up to just squeeze all that out, right? Very, very, very logical. But in a bullish scenario, we would have, two things could have happened here. It could have came up, retraced, and then bought again. Or it should have just kept buying even, right? It should have just kept buying. So for them to reach up here. But the job is done now, technically. So on the bottom side is these buyers, and it's just that simple. There's nothing else to say, but where we're gonna go from here is gonna be very, very interesting. So why is this like that? Oops. Yeah, man, I don't know. Something's got to change. I'm about to stop making videos too, and I just it's too much. And then for not many people watching, dude, I'm really disappointed in that, man. Not even engaging. It's like, dude, you know what? I'm not mad at the people who are faithfully watching, but it's just like, whatever. What was I gonna say? Nvidia. So they also so when they dipped into that gap, they pushed up hard for the whole night, right? For yesterday even too. And then at night, when we open up, we're coming down here. Because of this big imbalance, it was looking like obviously going to be a bearish day and the price staying down because the price got to take time for them to come down here without being so fucking obvious. And then they sweep that guy. See that? Ooh, what a coincidence. So that's why the big sell-off as well, right? Because of the fact that the job is done on the top side for now, right? So immediately coming back in. So you're going to want to see this price like hold, in this area and then to continue up. The gap here is I think it's about to get fucking ugly. If you ask me, and it was ugly, but I feel like it's going to get uglier, especially with this summer. But we'll see. We're just keeping things simple right now. But wife is home and I've made way too long a video. I've explained enough, right? I know I'm going to miss something, but it is what it is. 3.5 to 4 here. And let's take a look here. Let's do it this way. I'm just going to do this for a projection up. If it decides to go up, I mean, in my opinion, dude, it's like, looks like it's about to like continue. But the thing is this, again, from this low to this high, where's equilibrium? Let's take a look. And I have to fucking go, buddy. All right. And, ooh, real close. All right. So that's the framework here. And then, pushing up from here, though, it's so awkward. I really don't see it, though. Let me just do it. But this is kind of what I meant yesterday. Pushing up, obviously, and then wherever it decided to pick, to sell back off and then even come lower. So, again, it's simple flow of, okay, pushed all the way up, extended, pulling back at the least of an idea. Let's see if we can get above this for buying. I think if it goes bearish, it's going to be very complicating. But hopefully we get above this. Right? And then for it to come back to this balanced price range, you see it's a balanced price range up and down offered, do we pop up? Let me just do it so I can go. So it's, and to be honest with you, this is ugly if it does it, right? You also have that high. So as soon as we went above that high from there, and then we came below it, somebody was pushing sell right there on that low. So in the bearish, let's just say we were to keep coming down. I would like to see something like this, obviously. And if we don't see that, then it's not even going to make it. It's not going to make it. It's just really not going to make it. And then we maybe algorithmically, you'll see Asia London. It'll go, below here, and this quad coming to the daily imbalance, and this quad, work this area, and this is becoming too many levels, but. I'm probably gonna just use for the bullish scenario, just use this imbalance for buying, and if it's underneath, then we'll just gauge, if it's using it as a resistance, like the 50% coming down and all that. So hopefully that makes all sense, which it should. And I just feel like this area is wide open, but I'd like to see them do that in the first or second week of June. I'm sorry. And then buy back up maybe, right? Or maybe even reach here. So maybe we're going to get this bullshit next days. So it's Thursday and then Friday. Friday, we've moved a lot. So Friday, you might not see a big mover. Or it's, I feel like it's going to bust a direction up or down in this sense, right? Because there's a big wick on that fucking today's wick. But again, I just gave you the bearish examples, and if we're bullish, I'd like to just obviously see it just go straight up from here, and get into this area here on the daily right there, but for me, you getting that high, it's like let's make all-time highs, but that's just the logic there. So for being bullish, and then if not. And if it wants to come down again, then maybe we'll see something like this. All right. So that's the bullish scenario. Come down another drive, and then we shoot up. And that all tomorrow. for Friday, maybe it'll just settle here, or we are looking at the whole week as a. Let me just do this here. Oh, did I talk about the? I don't think I talked about. Let me just move this over. And as you can see, this projection here. See this? See where my cursor is, right? See that projection? So I did those candles, and 1 and 1.5. Look how they came nice to it, and almost 50% exactly in between the 1 and 1.5. So 1.25, and boom, that's the high right there. If I was to quad this, I bet you that's fucking 50%. But it's just I'm just kind of, where's 50% right there? Ooh, like by tick. See that shit? So nice sell off, and then come on, dude. Nice sell off there, and then right underneath that 25, buddy. After it didn't go higher than that, but so right now we've already pulled back damn near 50% of the entire weekly range so far, of the low from the high. So I have no expectations on Friday. It'll be very interesting what they do here. But we already got that pullback. And not looking at that at the moment. So another 31 minutes. I don't know what else to say. I can't make them shorter if I'm going to explain like this and give signals and fucking, all that shit. It's like, come on. But yeah, I'm deleting these soon. I'm deleting this one soon. If we keep going up, come underneath it, then I'm just going to use these inversions here. So it'll be on the right side of this curve coming down. I'm not going to be looking at these anymore here. I'll delete that. But yeah, I'm gonna delete this. I'm deleting this. Deleting that. I'm deleting that. No, I'm gonna leave that. I'm deleting this. Remember that 50% is sitting right there on that high. So that's why I didn't want to delete this one. And then well, you'll be able to see it, but whatever. And for now, this is where we are, dude. So I'll just let it algorithmically move around and shit. No big deal. And I feel like I'm missing something, man. I feel like I'm missing something. If it pushes up here, let's see if it wants to come back to this AM. This was a really easy sell. That's why I'm surprised it didn't come back up. It was a really fucking easy sell. And I was just like, wow, so I'm like, okay, maybe they'll come back. Sure enough, you just got the drives down, lower low, lower high. Man, just beautiful, bro. And am I missing something, bro? Am I missing something? A lot has happened. That's why Friday is not really an interest. But yeah, I already gave the projections of bearish or bullish. And we're kind of like, it's kind of like becoming, in a sense, neutral. So, you guys take care. God bless.